Welcome to online classes. Today we will start with chapter 6, Operating System. In this chapter, we'll study about what is operating system, what are various types, and what is the difference between DOS and Windows operating system, what is Linux and what is computer security. Operating system, simply called an OS, is an interface between computer user and computer hardware. What is interface? A type of mechanism where one person is collaborated with another, or one device is collaborated with another, or a medium through which one thing is connected to another. An operating system does the same job. It is a medium through which a user who is using the computer can control the hardware, keyboard, mouse, CPU. Alright, operating system manages both parts. That is why it's called an interface between computer user and computer hardware. An operating system is a software which performs all basic tasks like file management, memory management, process management, handling input and output devices. All your devices, all your mobile phones, all your modern phones are equipped with operating system. For example, you have a phone with you and there is no operating system, there is no Android or iOS or any kind of operating system that is going to control your device. If you don't have any operating system, you won't be able to make any calls or you won't be able to do anything with the hardware or the phone that you have. To control its functions, of your hardware, you need Android, you need iOS, the most common operating system that I use these days. In the same way, computers have operating systems like Linux, Windows, most commonly used in computers, iOS, OS X, VMX, OS 400, AIX, ZOS, etc. Now look at the picture here. You can see users. From user 1, it can be one user, or there can be 2 users, or any number of users till n. And this is your hardware, your CPU, RAM, input output devices like keyboard, mouse, scanner, monitor. The function of this, a software in between, plays a very important part. There are 2 types of software, system software and application software, which are both managed by operating system. An operating system is a program that acts as an interface between user and computer hardware and controls the execution of all kinds of programs. Alright? First, services provided by operating system. What kind of services? It provides programs and environment to execute. What does that mean? An environment. It gives you a base on which specific programs can run. It provides user the services to execute the program in a convenient manner. And what are the few common services? Program execution. You can run any program, you can start any program, you can end any program. Input output operations simply means taking input from a keyboard, from a mouse, or from a microphone, giving output, visual output to a monitor, audio to speakers, printer, etc. File system manipulation. What do you understand by manipulation? It simply means that you can save, edit, read or write your data. Communication. This allows user to communicate within many devices. Error detection. It also verifies there should not be any error while running any kind of device or a program. Resource allocation. How your files can be stored at different parts. How your input-output devices can control the hardware or outputs. Protection. The most important part to protect your files or your data. Let's start with program execution. Operating systems handle many kind of activities, from user programs to system programs. User programs like Microsoft Word, Excel, etc. and system programs like printer spooling. If you are printing lot of documents and they're congested, how you can print them, how step-by-step processes occurs, name servers, file servers, etc. Each of these activities is encapsulated as a process. That means each of that activity is called an process, which is inbuilt within a type or encapsulated. A process includes the complete execution content such as code to execute, data to manipulate, registers, OS resources and use. Management. What is program management? Loads a program into memory. If you want to run a specific program, operating system allows you to load that program into memory first, then execute the program, runs it, then handles the program execution. First you install the program, then you run the program, then you can edit, you can handle the program. Then it provides mechanism for process synchronization. What is synchronization? It means while you are editing data, it syncs your data with the file system. Provides mechanism for process communication. Deadlock handling. What is deadlock handling? When there is too much load on the work. Input-output operations. An input-output subsystem comprises of input-output devices. Now, what are input-output devices? Monitor is the output device. Speaker, output device. Input devices, keyboard, mouse, scanner, etc. This system handles everything. An operating system manages communication between user and device drivers. For example, when you install something on your computer, when you bring something on your printer, there is a CD which comprises of drivers. If you don't have drivers for that specific device, you won't be able to run that device. That is what operating system provides, a platform to run that driver. Operating system provides access to required input-output devices. File system manipulation. File manipulation refers to wide variety of operations which are available and allow to delete, copy, move the files. As we know, a file represents a collection of related information. What is a file? It represents collection of related information. Computers can store files on the disk. Disk means secondary storage devices like hard drive, CD, DVD, etc. They have their own speeds, their own capacity, own data transfer rate. Everything is handled by operating system. A file system is normally organized into directories. When you save any kind of data that you are working on, you make your own folder that is called a directory, and then you save that file and you can make more directories, subdirectories into it. Operating system or file management provides all the navigation that you need while accessing your or reading or writing your devices programs. You're working on a program, so it means you need to read that file, you need to edit that file, correct? The operating system gives the permission to the program for operation on a file. You need a certain program to edit that file, right? And read that file. Permission varies from read only, read write, denied, and so on. What do you understand by read only? There are some files that one user do not require any another person to edit. So he can give security on that file that whoever is going to access that file can read that file. Nobody can edit that file except the user. And the second is read and write. Any user can read that file and edit that file, and so on. Operating system provides an interface to the user to create or delete files themselves. Operating system provides an interface to the user to create, delete directories as well. Create backup of those files as well. Alright? Communication. A communication is simple file sending or data sharing between two devices. In case of distributed systems can be within your own house, own lab, own school, or within district or within a country, which are collection of processors that do not share memory, peripherals, devices. Memory means they do not share the same device, same memory. They are distributed among another place. The operating system manages communication between all the processes. Multiple processes communicate with another through communication lines. In today's network, we use wireless connections. Your phones, your smartphones are connected through antennas, wireless connections. They don't need wires. The operating system handles routing and connection strategies. In which way they are going to communicate? Your phone is going to communicate with your tower and with your service provider. Everything is being controlled by your operating system. Two processes often require data to be transferred between them. If you are running or your process is running, they need a data to transfer. Both the processes can be on one computer or different computers. Communication may be implemented by two methods, either by shared memory or by message passing. Error detection. While you're running a program, while you're running an operating system, while you're installing a new hardware, there are always errors. Operating system helps you to manage all the errors. An error may occur in CPU, an hardware device, a memory device. Operating system constantly checks for possible errors to ensure correct and consistent computing. Resource management. In case of multi-user or multitasking environment, resources such as main memory, CPU cycles and file storage are also allocated to each user or job. Following are the major activities of an operating system. It acts like a resource manager. It checks everything and schedules everything. CPU scheduling algorithms are used for better utilization of CPU. Protection. This is the most important part. Considering a computer system having multiple users. Just imagine that your computer, there is only one computer in your house and every person in your house has their own account while accessing. This is where protection comes in. Operating system provides each and every algorithm to protect your files from one user to another. Protection refers to a mechanism or a way to control the access of programs. How and when a user can access that file. Processes user resource defined by computer system. The operating system ensures that all access to the system resources is controlled. Very important. The operating system ensures external input and output devices are protected, that nobody is manipulating data from somewhere else. The operating system provides authentication features for each user by means of passwords. Now, what are the types of operating systems? Since the computers are invented, just the hardware, like I said, operating system is a way to control that hardware. So from the very first generation they are there. Batch operating system. The users of a batch operating system do not interact with computer directly. What does that mean directly? Now your devices are controlled by you with your own hand directly. In the first generation there was no such thing. The input was given into punch cards. There were special input devices that were processed within a computer in that operating system, but that punch card were manually installed within a batch. Each user prepares his job, a simple punch card, each user on an offline device like punch cards, and submits to the computer operator to speed up the processes. So when you're putting one punch card at a time, the process is slow. To speed up the process, same kind of jobs were stacked up and they were submitted to the computer. So that is why they were called a batch. The programmers leave their program with operator, and operator then starts the program with similar requirements into batches. So what about the lacks then? What were the main weak points? Lack of interaction between user and the job. When you're working on your PC, you need control. You need to work. So when the user is not in control, there was lack of interaction, and the priority and the job is not working correctly. It was so much harder. Time sharing operating system. Now, time sharing is a technique which enables many people located at various terminals, various locations, to use a particular computer at the same time. Time sharing, or also known as multitasking, is a logical extension of multi-programming. Multiple jobs are executed by the CPU by switching between them. But the switches occur so frequently. There were switches, one job is paused and the second job is started. If the user wants to go for another job within the working time period, they can switch easily. Thus the user can receive an immediate response. Computer systems that are designed primarily as batch systems have been modified to time sharing. So the generation, as the generation improved, they were modified. What were the advantages? Quick response. Avoids duplication of software. Any software that doesn't need to be run over and over again or installed over and over again. Reduce CPU idle time. The main disadvantages was problem of reliability. It wasn't reliable. Question of security. It was less secure. Problem of data communication. So the security was less. With this topic, we are finishing the first part of this chapter. This chapter is really important. You need to know the basics of your device that you are controlling these days. That all the work is online. So study well. Thank you.